Common topic of discussion regarding season 9 now that Karen has finally gone through her labor pains and unfortunately is dealing with postpartum and the loss of one of her daughters. People are up in arms. They're kind of split. You got those who are saying, oh no, now that she lost a baby that belonged to Zach, Karen's going to be lashing out and whatnot. And I can see her going in on everybody, including Fatima. And then on the other side, it's like, no, after everything Fatima did to help out Karen in her hour of need and whatnot, I feel like they're in a much better place. As a number of people have said in the comment section across various videos of mine, a leopard doesn't change its spots. And honestly, I'm in the I hope Karen remains cordial and cool and is able to coexist with Fatima, from now on. But I am being realistic about the fact that, folks, how many times have we seen either sit downs between Karen and Fatima where they have allegedly agreed to work things out regardless as to the tension and animosity between them in the past, mostly from Karen's side, and move forward to co-parent and whatnot? I think in the past couple of seasons since the new writers came aboard, we've seen at least 2 to 3 different times where that conversation came up. Like when Fatima stopped by Karen's apartment, or when they were at the law firm going over the Marie Willis case and whatnot, for the investment into Roots to Riches. And I feel like there were a couple other times I just can't remember. But yeah, it got old quick because it's like we've seen this before, where when she's talking to one of her girls or maybe even her mom, Fatima's a cool chick. Or even sometimes where she'll tell Fatima to her face, hey, I got no problem with you. And then next thing you know, she's just using the B word like it's nobody's business. So for me, the proof is in the pudding. And even though we saw a few episodes where Fatima and Karen have been, cool, it's just that after losing Zach's baby, Fatima being pregnant with Zach's baby, and the grief and everything, I feel like all bets are off. Like I said, I hope we can move past it. But I think things could reach a head. I feel like Zach and Karen are going to separately mourn. And at some point, they might actually have to meet up to kind of discuss, like laying their child to rest, that kind of thing. And I feel like in those moments, there could be something of an emotional connection. And then Karen is going to long for having Zach in her life again. But she can't because, 1, he's with Fatima. And 2, their daughter is dead, meaning that he doesn't have to be like a constant presence in her life anymore. So I think we could possibly see the return of this bitter, well, it's hard to even say return, more like, hey, the Karen we saw like 7 episodes ago before she quote unquote changed. Because remember, a bunch of these episodes consist of like maybe 1 or 2 days, give or take. So I honestly feel like when it comes to Karen, I'll believe it when I see it. But the thing is, it will have to last for a while. Like I'm talking, I feel like we're going to see grieving Karen for pretty much the entirety of the first half of the season. And maybe around the mid-season finale, she might get to something of a semi-better place. But remember, it really depends on how many days pass between where we are now to the mid-season finale. We're about to go in episode 4, and we're finally out of the same day that we were in for the past 5 or 6 episodes. And that includes some of the later episodes from season 8. Because remember, it's been like the same day, the same night as, Andy getting abducted, the blackouts, being at the hospital for the past 3 episodes. Now we're finally going to the next day. I don't imagine us going past another 48 hours between episode 4 in the mid-season finale and episode 11. But that's just me speculating. But yeah, I honestly don't think we're going to see the nice Karen. I feel like we're just going to see more of the same Karen. I would say before the pregnancy, but in my opinion, she was still the same even while pregnant. Debatably worse due to hormones, but given the situation she's in right now, yeah, I honestly don't see Karen changing for good anytime soon. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.